Hey, good afternoon, and I appreciate you taking the time to watch this quick video. I want to get you an update on what's happening in your community at Cypress River Plantation. As you know, I've been keeping you informed for the last few years on the market and what's happening specifically within your community. And so you recently should have gotten a market analysis for the properties that have been on the market and have sold or are under contract in the last few months. That's critical because there's been a lot of changes. Activity is way up. Now, if for some reason you didn't get that spreadsheet emailed to you, maybe it ended up in your spam folder, in your trash folder, email me or call me today and I will get you a copy sent out so you can have all the information that I have access to. It's straight from the MLS. You don't have to search through Realtor.com or Truly or Zillow or any of those places where a lot of times the information is not as accurate as you need. So here's what's happening. Demand is up. Demand is up across the board from the north end to the south end. Homes, condos, lots, all of it, the demand is up. Depending on the area and depending on the product that you're talking about, in some areas, demand is up, supply is still up. In some areas, demand is up and supply is kind of trending where it's flattening out, and then in some areas demand is up and there is no supply. Now, right now within Cypress River, demand is definitely up and supply is trending down. So at one point in time last year, there was as many as 15, 20 foreclosure properties in the community, mostly residential lots and even a couple of single family homes that were in foreclosure or short sale process. Now the supply, there's still things for sale, no doubt, but the supply is definitely down at the same time that demand is up, and that's a good thing. So some of the things I've been sharing with you through the newsletter and through our communication over the last few years is about marketing. And marketing has become the key piece to whether or not properties sell or not. And so I wanted to break it down. I've been getting a lot of questions on, all right, I get it, I understand marketing is important, but what's it really mean? And so I want to break it down so you've got an idea of realistically what the difference is. What's aggressive or active marketing versus the marketing that people are saying they're doing and it's not selling the property. Here's the difference. I'll break it down in the way that I look at it. And there's two different ways that you have to market in our local real estate. The first is marketing to the other realtors. We've got about 2,600, maybe 2,800 agents right now, and each one of them is a potential person that may have a buyer that's looking for your property. So when I list a property, then the first thing that I do is make sure that the property gets in front of the other realtors, because even if they only sell 2 properties a year, one of them might be the buyer that's looking for yours. Now, you can't do that simply by putting it on the MLS. There's a misconception that when a property is listed, it goes on the MLS, then it goes into this world where eventually it sells. And that's not the case. There's thousands of properties on our local MLS, and a good portion of them never sell. So when it goes on the MLS, there has to be an aggressive marketing plan to not only find the buyers, but also get it out to the right agents. There's a lot of development happening. You drive up and down Bay Road, 707, the bypass, and you see the new communities. The signs are back. Homes starting for $279. There's developers that are competing now with us as resellers. And so the developers are doing whatever they can to add incentives and bonuses and get the agents to bring their buyers to their developments, to their new homes, to the new construction, to their spec homes. Meanwhile, the seller's still trying to sell their own personal property. So I understand it's critical to be able to get those agents lured away from that and get them in to buy the listings that I'm working on. Now the other part is actually going out and finding, where are we finding the buyers that we're working with? And it goes back to what we started to recognize probably back in 2007 when the market started to turn and the economy started to shift. There was a lot of conversations that we had with people where we knew they were wanting to buy, but we knew they just weren't ready at that point. The majority of people in this business, as far as agents, really, they just kind of pushed them to the side because they felt like, I need a deal now. And instead of focusing on just getting a deal now, our focus was on developing the relationship with those buyers because we knew everyone was on their own time frame. Some buyers were going to buy in 2008, others were going to just kind of watch and see what happened. And over the years, while they've been watching and keeping an eye on what's been happening, we've developed that relationship. Right now, in our buyer database over the last 5 years, we have about 50,000 buyer contacts that we've talked with over that period of time that have given us their information, said keep us informed, and now they're making decisions coming by. So it's critical that you've got that database because that's exactly where we go when we're going to go ahead and put a new property on the market and try to generate as much demand as possible. So between these two, aggressive marketing to the realtors and going out and finding our own buyers, you can see where marketing plays a critical piece. One other bonus I put in here that is very important to consider right now. There was a time in the last 3 or 4 years where just getting an offer was a win. There was a lot of inventory, there wasn't a lot of demand, there was a significant amount of risk in holding a property that it was going to continue to go down. And so when people got an offer, a lot of times they were just happy to have one and they sold the property. Now at this point, you have to take a step back. And getting the offer is great, but one key piece that is going to get more sellers or get sellers more money in their pocket, or could actually, if it's not taking place, could risk sellers losing money, is the negotiating strategy that the agent's using. And the days of, gosh, just get us an offer and the seller's going to take everything, that's still happening. That's still the mentality, and you have to be very careful and make sure that you're using the strategy that is going to get the client the most money. There are ways right now that I'm leveraging the buyers and what's happening and how we're presenting counteroffers and how we're presenting data to support our price that is getting my sellers more money, and it's in reaction to the supply and demand situation that we've got right now. And that's going to be a very, very important piece to getting the seller the absolute best price that they can get in this market. So I appreciate you taking the time to watch this. If I can help you with anything, answer any questions, don't hesitate. Email me or call me. My information is on the screen, and I hope to talk with you soon. Thanks so much.